Hello, Quasi, welcome. Yes, it is Caesar. Hey, Mario, welcome. What are those rivers? Yeah, that's the thing. Was discussed heavily. I mean, if you saw any like sandboxy maps on Haven, they look very boxy because the author wanted to have plentiful shoreline for wharfs, I guess. It looks very artificial, that's why we had some talk about that. But it's up to preference, so you know. I don't like it, but there are people who do, and that's fine. So, you know, just... I think this is Maria's first map, so don't judge too harshly. I think there are instructions, but they might have a little bit of broken English, so we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and find a scenario. Hey, Florian Dancer, welcome. Just give me a minute. To be listed. Oh yeah, scenario. So welcome. So today we'll be playing some Zero 3, and it's gonna be a map called Pompeii by MariasBanana, which the map has been uploaded to Haven fairly recently. Some people, even from our community, played it. There have been some changes since they played it to make it harder, since it was laid back before. Now it should be more challenging. Also, we have a time limit, which is not that lenient. Streamer had appeared, yes. Believe it or not, that was intentional. Alright. Map made for Julius, but seems doable in Augustus. Instructions: Pompeii, along with Herculaneum and many villas in the surrounding area, was buried under 4 to 6 meters of volcanic ash and pumice. In the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, it was a wealthy town with a population of circa 11,000 in 79 AD, enjoying many fine public buildings and luxurious private houses with lavish decorations, furnishings, and works of art. Organic remains, including wooden objects and human bodies, were interred in the ash. Letter from Caesar. You are my best governor. I send you to Pompeii to rebuild the great city. You will have a big economic challenge with an insignificant military presence. You get several good opportunities to start your work. But remember, you only have 25 years to rebuild this city from the ashes. When your time is up, Pompeii remains buried forever. Greetings, Caesar. So, the first map by MariasBanana. So, just, you know, take it easy. If you have things that are questionable in it, it's expected, so don't worry about it. Everyone had to start somehow, so... I know there's gonna be an earthquake, there are some hints, I'm not gonna read through the hints. The hints are fine. Harder. Well, it needs to be harder to be enjoyable. So we have an entry point, an exit point here. We have quite a bit of fertile land on the map itself. We do have access to wheat on central map. We have 5,200 denarii. Fruit, olives, vines, so that's two food types plus wharfs, so 3 food types locally. Raw resources, clay, marble, iron, timber. Alright, So I think we can pretty much grow anything we want. Like, I'm not gonna need to import things really. Monuments seem like everything's available pretty much. There is no... oh yeah, there is a hippodrome. School, mission post, library, hospital, doctor, bathhouse, entertainment. That's usually something that a lot of people restrict. We have theater, amphitheater, arena, tavern, coliseum. Yeah, pretty much everything. The time limit is gonna be the constraint. Now, military academy is present. We have things. Invasion points. Oh, we're playing Augustus, of course. We only play Augustus. Invasion points properly here. Here. That's an island. Probably not here, but you know, it might be a thing. There is a path through here, so it's most likely an invasion point. Same sort of deal there. So that means that we really shouldn't be building up over here, most likely, because this might be threatened. Easy soft map for heavy people. Caesar always has a job opening on board one of his ships. Yeah, clearly. Alright, so why don't we get to building the city? There's quite a bit of fertile land. It seems like we'll be building up on it, which is fine. We only need 9,000 population, which should be pretty simple to get. This is probably gonna be relegated to industry. Let's take a look at the trade. Best player, I'm not the best, but I can handle myself. Taraco, bunch of pottery, furniture, weapons. I would like to start with pottery. Yeah, there is a lot. Like, I don't even think we will need to fulfill all the quotas, really. And ship business could be really good as well. Yeah, just do pottery, that's usually pretty good. I don't think anyone buys marble. That could also be a good business. No. Okay. Well, first thing we need is a block, so what we do is, I'm gonna spend some of our initial money on a ship's bridge, I think. Because ship traffic and especially wharves are gonna be important. So let's do it. Straight ahead. Okay, cancel that. Yes. Good. Oh yeah, I didn't check something important. 40 favor, salary of 5 denarii. Let's drop it to 2. Taxes are fine. Alright. Let's design our first block. It's gonna be built partially on the fertile land, that's fine. So you want to keep some distance because you want to use it for fishing. So how many tiles do we really want? It's gonna be wharf and a road plus 2 plus 1. Yeah. 96. But then keep some distance, I think. Because what we... yeah. So again, wharf, road, building, space. 96. Or do we go 92 usually? I'm gonna have to test that. I haven't played Caesar in a while, so I completely forgot. The measurements. I think it's 22 by 6. So you could probably calculate it. You'll see. Just fill it in. Okay, yeah, it looks like one more. This is 96. Extra housing this side. Services. We're just gonna slap them down over here. I'm not sure if that is contaminated water. There might be. Just be cautious. Temples. And that's the start. pretty much done. Prepare water. If there's contaminated water, we'll need a bathhouse immediately, so let's prepare it. Hey, I'm Leron, welcome. So many open to start this map, that's what I wanted. Yeah, like you can build up in many different places, but it's a sandboxy map for me personally, because there are not many obstacles. So, you know, it's just not gonna be that challenging, I don't think. But it's your first map, so no judgment. It's fine. I want to start with pottery, so after we get some people in here, I'm gonna do that. Now just keep slapping down housing. You'll need so many things. Alright, export over here. You could also just produce it here, but water is shoreline is not gonna be scarce, so you can just go ahead and start building these. And due to how that is, I'm gonna just go with that. Workshops for pottery. I'm gonna want 8 workshops. Just keep some space in the middle. Warehouse. I'm not sure if that's an invasion point. That's gonna be pretty rough for me, but you know, I'm gonna believe that it's gonna be fine. Probably should keep more space, but for now it's fine to have it like so. Spend the money, make it more efficient. Here. Right. Accept pottery. Again, the new update is messing up with my brain. Previously it was 2 clicks, now it's 1 click if you want to just accept. So it's good that it's 1 click because it's more intuitive. I just need to wrap my head around it. It's gonna take a while, I have so many hours. But it's really messing me up. No iron? Yeah, I think we disabled the iron. There is iron, but I'm not gonna use it. Oh, yeah, we'll be making military. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was in the description. There are some hints. You can have own goals. Like open 1 to 3 trade routes throughout the whole game. Okay, yeah, we could make the map harder for ourselves by limiting us more. But yeah, I'm gonna be building military. I just, you know, it's very early in the map right now. So first just people, then we do the military, because military in Augustus wants food. I don't have food yet. You know, in Julius, yes, we would be sitting on forts already. Not so much here. Okay, start to make it happen since we have some unemployment. And again, 2 clicks. No, it's 1 click. Muppet. This is gonna take me a little while to get used to say the least. Yeah, sure. Let's have that. Also, overlays. I need to flick it to natives so that I can minimize it. And let's put in some dwarfs. Oh, that last one is horrible. Let's do that instead. I don't want to make squiggles if I can help it. Alright. Perfect. block. This accepts fish. It's gonna take a little while. Get the food in here. Yes. That is gonna be very much necessary initially. Just now we'll be starting to make some goods. Yeah, okay, we have a little bit of pottery already, so let's open up Carthago Nova. Start selling them pottery. I know, Caesar, and you will hate me for a while, because just, you know, initial push requires sacrifice from his side as well. So his patience will run thin, but we need it. Okay, how do we look on labor situation? I think we've pretty much, yeah, got all the initial people in here. Employing more is gonna be a bit of an issue, but we can just go ahead and water all of these. That's fine. Yeah, I know. But we'll be making plenty of pottery to sell, which is gonna, yeah, immediately fix the debt. Just keep adding more. We have some food. So let's create a supply post over here. Plus a barracks. I know. You will hate my guts. Where do we build our forts? I'm pretty certain some attacks come from here and here, like looking at the open spaces. So I'm thinking, where do we build it? I think here is a decent spot, like right next to the natives. Let's plop down Javelin Fort. Yeah, Caesar is gonna be unhappy. Do you ever allocate labor? No, basically that's only, like, if you need to do that, that's already gone bad for you. You could min-max it and not have that and just have exactly as many workers as you need for that specific, like, time of the city, like how many laborers you need. But then the issue is the expansion is gonna be hindered. Anytime you add something, it's gonna shuffle the math. And so instead, you just go by the field and just whenever you need, you add more. And it's easier that way. Plus, allocating labor is like desperation time when you have to, like, shut off parts of your industry. For me, I usually don't do that. If I do something specific, I go and disable a specific industry. If I'm suddenly lacking a lot of workers and I need to quickly fix it, I would, for example, disable the clay industry. Which means that the workshops will still keep going because they have clay in them, but the clay pits will be shut off for a moment. That could give you a bit of extra labor if you really need it quickly, but it's never good to do that if you can help it. We need money. Let's take a look. I'm gonna open up the second trade route already, I think. Let's do, yeah, it's March, okay. It's fine. We'll be able to recover the debts soon, I think. Favors 3 to 3, but we haven't been here for a long time yet, which is good. What I would like is to be building a military academy pretty soon. Could also go ahead and slap down another clay pit. It's tempting, but I can just expand upon this because we do have bunch of free labor. Decisions, okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and be building these. So we need to figure out roads. Again, can make it work. Just gonna have to add more. So just gonna add these. And then we'll roadblock this thing off. Right. School. Theater. Taxman. Kitchener statue. Paid him slightly more. And money is still an issue, we need to go quickly, so anytime we have money we need to spend it. Basically, that's how it's gonna go. Once we have 1,000 plus, we need to spend it to get the military academy. I do the same, so Zach in his games sometimes give priority, but I never have. Yeah, Zach is, he can fiddle around with things more than is good, sometimes. I know that's the bane of his existence, like he shuffles around decorations and stuff while the main thing that's like important flies by. So, you know, it depends if you value looks and aesthetics and these things and feel of it, and he's not a hardcore gamer, so, you know, don't feel like it's criticizing him for something. That's not the point. The point is, it depends what your focus is and what you enjoy in the game. And so, if you want to min-max, you shouldn't land in a situation where you need to desperately do that. What you want to do is do it on purpose. If you are like German, you can just have exactly as many people in the city, and then you are fine, and it's gonna work out very well for you. But you are constantly gonna do calculations. If you want to do what I do, it's just never calculate anything apart from the basic quota and production values and such things, like the numbers that I do the tutorials for. And then everything else is basically just, you know, just eyeball it, just fuck it. And then if it doesn't work, add whatever is not working and fix it. Like right now we have overpopulation. We are gonna fix it in a little bit. Clone the blocks all look the same from Zach. No, it's just my blocks look the same, but I can differentiate them if I need to. But looking same is not a problem. That's not the issue. Issue is, you know, he quite the contrary. Like he spends a lot of time, which is not well spent, just fiddling around with a bunch of decorations. Which in the meantime, important time is ticking. You need to constantly be on your, like, constantly be spending your money for expansion. Otherwise, the time scale on custom maps is gonna kill you. So the problem is, it would be fine if he was playing a campaign, because in the campaign it's a joke. It's not very difficult. But in the custom maps, it's like, I don't know, it's like 3 times as difficult as in the campaign. And so that's the key issue. Like, you cannot really get away with building fancy things unless you are very certain that the time limit is fine and that you are defended well. Because, like, it's a custom map, you can have a sudden maximum size attack, and there might be just a little window where you need to build up the city in before it inevitably becomes pretty much impossible if it invades from a very close edge. And so this map is fine for it. I don't suspect it's gonna be too bad. But you know, I've played plenty of maps and I've seen some horrendous stuff. So I'm never gonna be the same. And then when I see Zach play, I'm always like, yeah, it's like, you know, naive summer child. It's just, you know, you're not gonna have a good time once the horrible event's gonna start rolling in, and they will, because people like to add horrible stuff on their maps to make them interesting, which is good, but also requires a different approach. So, suffice to say that. That's what I think about Zach's approach, but, you know, he's also a very different content creator, so his entire idea is not about, like, what we do, like efficiency and things like that. Is to some extent yes, but also not really. Like, if you think about it, if you see his cities, it's very different kind of content. It's a lot of like pompous speech and showing off things and, you know, building something for visual appeal, which is fine. It has its audience, but it's very different to what we do. So I don't think we can really compare the two things very well. Alright, so currently we are building up industry for monument materials, because we will need them. Which also means that you'll have to add services to this. Let's put them down. And this guy is gonna, unfortunately, spawn in that little corner there. So let's put him here instead. And I notice guards are pissed at me, that's why we are doing that. And what we want to do... Oh yeah, immigration, that's fine. Let's put down some of these. We are gonna go into that. Caesar will hate it. But what we really need is just quickly get the guards out of our way, and I don't want to spam small temples. Everyone has their own game style. Also never saw him playing custom maps, just campaigns. Yeah, he does play a lot of the campaign when he plays Caesar, but he did play some custom maps and he didn't really do too well on them. Like the one that I crashed in an hour and 30 minutes took him several streams and still struggles a lot. It's he plays maps by Lizaran, which are like sandbox maps, which there is no real threat. Like, you can die, of course, if you do really bad stuff, but it's nowhere near what we play on this channel for the most part. This is probably not gonna be as crushing, because, you know, I needed to play something lenient when I returned from exile, slaving away in the Age of Empires mines. So I need to something not as difficult. Okay, we have the marble. Let's increase the wages a little bit. What's our favor at? 29, that's fine. Gods are all pissed. It's fine. If you can hold on for a while longer, it's gonna be good. I think they are bringing the marble. It's gonna take a little while. I just want to build it here. Yeah, a lot of pass. But it's because we are spending the money as it rolls in. I'm not waiting on anything. We just need to get it done quickly. Hey Zara, welcome. This map looks so cozy. Maybe too cozy. Yeah. No nice thing. That's what I expected. Just the immediate reaction of the Marek viewer. Alright. Bring it on. Earthquake. We'll see how horrible it is. It's the largest one, so it can be pretty bad. Depends where it wants to go. It has several different outcomes. I think it turned on itself, really. Oh, it's here. Here. Oh, observe it. I built a city mint today, by the way. Gold looks cool. Hope they make another use for it. Yes, they will. Luxury items for the patricians. There are gonna be systems of luxuries in Augustus that are gonna be very different to the current, like, old school things that they required before. But that's gonna be for when it comes out. I cannot really speak about it right now. There's nothing concrete anyways. Just know that something like that is coming, and gold will most likely have its uses for that as well. Wharf everywhere. Plus, yeah, pottery seems a bit unstable. Which means that we should add a limit to our exports. Or just, you know, add a whole bunch more production, which would be good as well. I don't think we will need much more marble. Explosion noises. Oh, it's coming. It's coming for me. Let's see. It's your earthquake. You help me put it in the right place. Of course I remember. I have a longer short-term memory than a chicken. So I do in fact remember that I've helped you fiddle around with it, but it's your map, it's your credit, you know? You don't... the fact that I looked on it for a minute doesn't mean anything. You spent time designing it, that's what counts. What is the grid around buildings that you're building? That's a setting you can pick. I like it, but I don't like the persistent grid. Like this burns my eyes. This is like Age of Empires 2 grid, but it's like if you couldn't reduce its opacity. And so what I like to do is just have the middle ground where I only have it when I actually build things, and that's good. But you know, having it at all times just breaks the fifth wall so much. Take the credit for the map, man. That's what Togaboy would do. Yes, join the dark side. No, not at all. And I think Maria has added a note in the map itself on Haven, which credits me, so I'm quite happy with that. No, I'm in fact quite happy to help anyone who wants opinions on their creations, or even like if they wonder how to do something they saw in another map, I can help out with that as well. And I don't mind that at all. It's always worthwhile to help people get better at Caesar, because being good at Caesar is better than being good at life. Okay, let's just add a pottery limit. Mausoleums are getting built. Let's get another fort. Can't be Togaboy. Mark doesn't have so much fun in his house. Yeah, and it's not splayed on the ceiling or on the walls, as it otherwise would be, because if Chad was my governor, it wouldn't go too well. I've seen some horrible messed up shit. We're like, ah. Immediately another goblet flies to another corner, you know? Cats wouldn't enjoy that. To be fair, we had quite a few paths here as well, but that's because that is a resource. We need to use it to develop this city quickly. There is a very big difference between going absolutely bankrupt and using it to fuel the economy early on. But, you know, for some, this is a thin veil. Let's get another clay pit. Just Luna's map design, make better maps. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to do a couple of videos for YouTube as well, which will cover most of the things you can do to improve the map making process for yourself. It's gonna be a little while later though. It takes a lot of work to do these videos properly. So, you know, editing and things, I'm new to it, so it takes me a long time. Okay, next thing we need to do is oil, I think. We could also do food, like a bunch of wheat. Oh, what's the next thing? I need to think. We have a lot of unemployment. What's the housing advisor saying? Yeah, still some people coming. Furniture and oil, I guess. This doesn't feel too safe, but since we are here, might as well just add the industry here. Workshops. Alright, that should work. Let's put this thing here. We want to block it off entirely. So this should work, plus we want a warehouse that's gonna be adjacent to that. Just connect it like that. Have it accept furniture. 2 clicks again. It's bane of my existence, I swear. Then we need oil. So let's farm olives. Okay, it's excessive, but I'd rather have more. It's excessive. Let's go with 2. That's fine. So this is gonna be half and half. Plus, we want a warehouse. I mean, this guy should be handling it properly, right? So we can properly get bit of furniture with him as well. But then we want another warehouse. It's gonna be fetching oil. And I want to start farming wheat soon as well. Just gonna develop this one block. I don't think we should really invest into other things just yet. But yeah, we haven't played in a while, so I feel like we are doing quite well. For how long it has been. I need to check the bathhouse once it reactivates. Because I have a idea that it could spawn on the wrong side. Should be pretty bad. It's gonna accept wheat. I'm gonna allow it to our soldiers, I think. I'm a bit saddened that I don't see some of the Season 3 streamers from last year in this chat. Some of them really needed tips, like the guy who thought that the only way to pacify natives is to build a wall of prefects, or the guy who thought the prefects can't put out fires without fountain access. And some of these things are like, when you think about it, if you don't know anything about the game, you might think some pretty messed up stuff. But yeah, I mean, helping people get better at this game is one of the goals of the YouTube side of things we do, at least. Not so much here. Here we just play, but YouTube is full of tutorials at this point. I've made quite a few on Augustus specifically. Yeah, this price change, it changes nothing, basically. But yeah. So very much enjoy helping people get better, even though the questions get repetitive real quick. And a lot of people are asking the same thing. It's good overall, I think. Just, you know, good community service, at least, if nothing else. Let's get some more wharfs. The last one was a bit special, not in a good way. And now we are getting to a point where it's getting kind of long, but I think it still can handle it with a single set of services. We'll be getting some goods soon. Let's make some forts. Seems like the timber is a bit low. Can just fix it. Okay, some devolution. Foldings. I think one market is not handling it properly at this point. Just gonna add another one there. It's not the best spot for it, but it's gonna help. Yeah. We'll fix it. Money is not an issue at this point. We need a library. Let's get a library. Let's get an arena as well. Let's get a wine house. And I think it's a viable thing to split it up now. I don't want my expensive buildings to burn down. And this is getting a bit risky, to say the least. So let's split them up right there. Alright. I found that one warehouse with just 8 of all goods can sustain that exact block. Yes, 8 is enough usually. But it's not about how much, you know? It's also about how close you are to the source. That's like even 4 or 2 goods would be enough if the workshops were delivering it constantly in there. It's just depending on the logistics in general, and they need to go across this bridge, which is a crucial thing. You know, that's what you need to consider. Get a highway tile. It's not gonna help much, but it's just one. Also, this one poor guy is just... Okay, I'm just gonna add another market. It's not what I want to do, but yeah, it's fine. Can deal with a little bit of inefficiency. Let's stockpile the pottery. Just in custom maps, usually there's no space for a second one, yeah. Especially when you are tight, you might want to just use one for multiple things, as we do here, but 8 is usually enough, it's correct. I just like to go 16 to have the buffer as well, because if something happens to your supply chain, like natives, you might want that extra buffer to be able to keep it going for longer, without interruptions. Yeah. Because horrible shit happens all the time. Let's get a legionary statue. Alright. Looks like we could use another Lararium. This guy's stubborn. He doesn't want to evolve. It's fine. So what does the housing advisor say? It's probably not that high. Yeah. It's time for another block. This earthquake is getting in the way slightly, but I don't think it's gonna be a big deal at all. It's gonna be something. It's gonna impact the people living here a bit, but it's not gonna be that bad. I'm thinking maybe we should build a Grand Temple to Venus anyway. So maybe that would be good to offset it. Is this too large? That square right there. Is it? Yeah, somehow it is. Because this one is further that way, so that. Right. Yeah. Cannot make it too long or it will just crumble. So this is stretching the Volker efficiency, or their reach, really. Cannot be much larger. Even this is stretching it a bit. Right, let's put the temples on this side. I'm gonna do each god. It's fine. We have money, just plaster it on plaza. Services as well. Bulb house. You want this to be a logistics center. Just gonna put it there. Basic stuff. Make sure they don't die. So, doctor, barber. We have a clinic already, so let's get this and that. Let's get a couple of markets in advance. Wait until they move in, we'll merge them. Alright, it's almost time. Let's fill it in. Regenerate. Got a statues, we want granaries. How are we looking? Yeah, overflowing. So let's just put 2. Roadblock. And warehouses over here as well. Just gonna put these over here. Just gonna get fish. And again, the clicks are gonna be something I need to get used to. 1, 2, 3. It's cat noise, by the way. They are having some zoomies. It's gonna get 16 pottery, no traders. It's gonna get furniture. Gonna do it separately now because it's a bit further away from the actual supply. Get also 16, I guess. 16 is good. And it looks like we could use more, so let's expand it. Let's put a roadblock there. Services should be good. Hey Fino, welcome. Market's done. School is done. We can immediately go with services for Insula as well. I guess connecting it up wouldn't be the worst idea. Since we could, but we won't be struggling on labor. Let's just add the extra things. It's fine. It's not gonna be good if there is a revolt, which there might be. But for now it will serve us well. So these 3 things, what else do we want? Yeah, just an arena. Just put it somewhere. I'm gonna have to do some desirability magic. Oh yeah, this one can handle larger ones. There's a small one. Here. Oh yeah, forum. Augustus is so beautiful. It is quite pretty, but we are not making use of a bunch of the decorations, just because I don't want to spend years building a city. There are some people who can build like garden walls separating different sort of areas and, you know, make it look good. It's usually not a concern. Okay, it's a small force. Small force, it could be basically nothing. Just gonna send 2 forts on it. I think it's gonna be a very small attack. So let's do it. Plus we have, oh yeah, not enough denarii for a gift yet. That's fine. In the meantime, build up another javelin fort. It's gonna be our final one. Alright. Getting things done. It's gonna probably require more food. Yeah, it's just doubling up the consumption is really impacting it. So let's just stretch it. Need to be careful about this. It could be really bad if they start to walk on that path. Seems fine. Right. Something else you wanted. Yes. Oracles. Just gonna have to figure out where to build them. I think here is good. Let's get a couple. Could also get one on this side actually. 2. If only... No, that's a stupid idea. I would have to connect my city up. That would not be good. Also, this needs to fetch only a bit. You're fetching way too much. Can reduce it to 8. This can go down to 8 as well. Get a request for money, that's fine. He can have all the money he wants. Alright, second Grand Insulae block. How are we doing on population? 5,800. And we have a lot of available capacity and still unemployed, so I'll just clear the land and start making a patrician block. We'll need to produce our own wine, which is gonna be a little bit annoying. It's fine. So how do we want to design it? Probably gonna do it here. This place will be safe. Statues. The worst thing is I don't really remember my own layouts after such a long time not playing Caesar, so we're just gonna have to go with it. Just see what happens. You know, I think this is my standard layout. You can handle more. Just, it's gonna stretch the efficiency if we do that. But we do want plenty of patricians on this map, I think. Just to really get all the population in as well. So you don't have to deal with building too many plebs. So many different things we'll want. We'll want a monument with them, we'll want a grand temple to Venus most likely. And Neptune would be good, but... let's take a look. Natives. I'm gonna pacify the natives. I know Maria would like that. Make it happen. Build me a temple worthy of Mordor. Make this. And yeah, just let it happen. Before we start slapping down the patricians, we need to start making our wine. So we can do that. Over here. Yeah, just gonna do it here. Somewhere. Stinking. Okay, 2. Wine workshop. Just put it here. Let's connect it all up. Warehouse. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be a logistics area anyway, later. Just put it there. It's gonna accept wine. But what we need to do now is go ahead and disable wine from all of these. I think we have 3 markets in here, which is usually not how many we have. It's just really it was struggling early on. We could probably remove one at this point. Alright, so we are making that. It seems like having more oil even would be good here. So let's add it. We need labor anyway. Oh yeah, this needs engineering. Refactoring. Pottery houses look. How does it look like? Looks fine. Could expand more, but I'm worried about that invasion point a bit. This will require some extra desirability, for sure. Alright, some wine is being made. We could start to prepare the logistics area already. Just gonna cut that. Farm. We need some fruits as well. Well, let's start with granaries. And some more warehouses. Two of them should be fine. Roadblock that off. So this is gonna get oil. This is gonna get furniture. This is gonna get pottery. Just let it build up this granary. Yeah, accept wheat. Accept fruit. Accept fish. Just gonna connect it to the actual food production area. I need to also disable fruits for these guys. No fruit for you. Need to make sure that the logistics area is covered properly, so we're just gonna cut this off. So we've got fruit, we've got various things. We could also produce some goods locally to increase the local production more.
gods are angry. We're all doomed.
Hey, Furby. I know who it is without even looking at the chat. Timber. This was pretty hideous. Like 4 workshops should be enough. Supply this without any issues. A couple more fruit farms would be good. It's gonna be annoying. Fit. This will require its own thing. Plus some wharfs. I think I cancelled something. I'm gonna take a look at it. Perfect. Alright. What else? Not else. We don't need anything else. I don't think. We'll need a monument in here. First we want to build this up, so it's gonna have to wait. Huge delay for some reason. Am I that predictable? No, but you are the only one who used that so far. So I didn't figure someone would just randomly pick that up. It could have happened, but you know. It's unlikely. Let's get this here. Invasion. It's the first one. It's gonna be just fine. Alright, building up some stockpiles. Is this not connected? No, it needs access. Let's do it. Good thing I show it off, so others know about it. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with people using that. That's why we added it. It's just, you know, it has an acquired taste, I suppose. Since a lot of people who come from the Jakeverse will probably not approve, but it's fine. We are independent. Place. Alright, so we've got that. Let's pile in the scrubs already. Just bring it here. Alright, this thing's gonna get moved. Cannot be bothered. Alright. It's all set up. I just want a Colosseum to be built. It's gonna be annoying because you'll need to make it with the monument resources. So, you know, I'm just gonna have to go here, set up a fairly sizable logistics area. Block that off. Block that off. Raw materials. Let's get some clay. Let's get some timber. Architect. Rock camp. Raw materials. Marble. Accept marble. Get marble. I'm gonna really chat, just give me a minute. So I set it up, and then I can watch it happen. Okay, another timber plus marble. And what I wanted to check is this thing. Yeah, no traders. Could be real bad. Maria thinks you are predictable? No, surely not. Fairby is so meta. It's not even a question about anything he does. No. I think you are original in many ways, especially in your preferences for strategy games. Never met a person quite like it, which is actually amusing to me, because I had a lot of the same tastes in strategy games or games in general with my friends when I grew up. That was when I learned about most of the games. And so yeah, finding someone who has different views is actually interesting. And, yeah. That's what you say before you add him to the list. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. That's the best we can do. Yeah, I mean, some of them were pretty horrendous for me personally, but the one we played today was great. I enjoyed it. Just not something I expected. I tried to have an open mind, but at the end it was not really necessary. It was quite good. So, you know. Just after I saw the previous two ones, I had to curb my expectations. That's also part of it. You know how that works, right? It's like, you play it in world. If you have an established colony, you will expect a lot. And if you do, you're gonna get disappointed because, you know, it's not how it works. You need to have modest expectations, and then your life is gonna be good. Ship's bridge, let's build it. I'm gonna probably do a highway. It doesn't really help much, does it? This is not great, because I don't have most of my army here. It's still away helping Caesar. And so this attack is... I doubt it is intentionally done, so that you are, you know, still your army is away. It might be, but I think it's more like mismanaged than intentional. Maybe they will return just in time. But just in time... I don't want it to be when it's in my economy, we'll see. It's going Carthaginians. It's not a huge attack, I don't think. It's sizable. We'll see. The palisades will help. I hoped it would be so different that would be fun in some ways. Yes, it was. Quite to my surprise. Sure. As I mentioned, it's not often that I find something that I haven't even heard about and that I enjoy it, which was the most surprising part about it. Spirit of Mars. Alright. 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 Oh yeah. Build that there. First collapse of the game. And it was because of the corner spawn. It's not very good. Alright. What do we need? Bathhouse. Give them a bathhouse. Give them a hospital. Please just... Engineers here. It's gonna save it. Just let it happen. Triumph. Let's add a couple more. My first happy map, soft and cozy. No attacks, not hard. Here, you have time to defend, I think. Maybe need to change. Yeah, I mean, your troops are away, so if someone is like, yeah, I need to send my own my whole army, which some people do because they don't know the numbers, well then, they wouldn't be in a very good spot, would they? Because the enemy would be about here when you get a returning force, and they are banked up as well, so, you know. An invasion while your army is away is something that the campaign does precisely once in the entire length of it, and it's a bitch move when it happens. I also do that sometimes, but this is your first attack, so I don't know. Maybe it's not good. Having them come a little sooner would be good, but it takes some testing to actually see and do it properly, you know. But I'm sure you can do it if you want, but you don't have to change it. I mean, it didn't kill me. It probably won't kill many people, but some people it could kill, because if they just invest into it poorly, which they could cause some issues to them. It depends how beginner friendly or you want the map to be, really. It's not a huge deal, I don't mind. Just mentioning something I noticed. Let's get a tavern. Where I put the invasion, it matters, and here is kind of fine. Like if it was from here, it would be the same thing, because some people might be building up in here already. The place is fine, it's just the time. You need like half a year, or minimum time is a year, so just shift the event so the distant battle happens 1 year sooner, so you send the force sooner, so they come back sooner, if that makes sense. You know? That's the idea. Oh no. Please, just... I don't like when that happens. Okay, let's just add some desirability, because these guys will have a rough life. Alright. Gonna fix them up. And we're gonna get the Venus Temple, which is gonna help a lot once it's done. I've built a Mars temple! Why am I so bad at life? Well... Okay. I was thinking like, it looks a bit weird. I don't remember Venus looking like that. Oh well. Mistakes are made. It's fine. Can build a new one, like look at these resources. It's gonna be quite insane. Mars is the new Venus. Yeah. Not Mercury. I don't know what's up with me today, but it's not good. My mind went, oh yes, I need Neptune, and immediately selects Mercury. Starts building the most useless temple in the game. No. Oh yeah, this is not good either. Well, it's fine for now. This is just hideous. What's the issue? Oh yeah, desirability. I can only imagine. I'm considering scuppering one of the patricians, really. At this point, just, you know, sort of... I'm gonna put this thing here. It would get fixed, but I want the arch to be here, so just build it. It's gonna help as well. Yeah. Small force again. Send him to Schmeckles. But Mars is actually gonna be good, because I need to make sure we don't die. That would be the worst. Yeah, you can have the pots. That's fine. So all of this is gonna get built fairly quickly. A couple of oracles wouldn't be a terrible idea. Especially if we shift this useless Mercury. I could even remove him, but I'll just keep him. It's fine. Alright, here. We also should be saying that we are importing another type of wine. If we can. That doesn't count. Buys. Sells wine. Right. It's gonna bitch at me that I don't have a dock. But it's better than not having full patricians. Just put all the auxiliaries here. I know. I'm gonna build a dock just so that it stops bitching at me. They also should be building a new plaba block soon. Or soon, like ASAP, I can. So we should. So there is no excuse. Just build it. But immigration is gonna be stopped now, so let's just wait. New Venus temple. Very special today. Alright. This is something. You don't have a school? Alright. Well, I'm gonna put the Neptune somewhere else. Oh, I'm just gonna... you know, Mercury is gonna go. Cannot have him. It's gonna have another school, because this corner school is not really doing its job properly. This one will. School by the arch, we could. I guess. But it's not necessary to have all 5 guards, it's like excess, you know. It's almost done. Oh yeah, I think we've beaten off the attack. No, not yet. That would have been really bad if I just... Today I'm really not having a great time. Okay, let's pick up the obvious blessing. Grand Temple done. Oh yeah, they need... I haven't built them... these things, have I? They should have access though. I think. Let's check the amphitheater and such. Yeah, they do have them. Just the Colosseum itself needs proper access. Alright. Enemy's beaten, right? Yeah. Good. Plebs, I might just stop this industry, we don't need it anymore. Can build up the block. I really shouldn't be, like, neglecting it though, because we will need the population anyway. So, you know, we will need to build it, so might as well just get on it. I'm not gonna build the most, like, the maximum efficiency block, because I would need to stretch it. Well, that's fine. All the patricians will contribute to the city's population as well. Not to its workforce, but population. Okay, just cut it short, it's fine. It doesn't feel good, but I don't want to expand to the dangerous areas. I could also just if you cut this, you could fit a lot of people without any threat at all in there. I just didn't. So, you know, many different ways you could fit people around here. It's also, the initial area needs to be kind of close to the entry point, but that's about your limit, otherwise you can just go ham and do whatever you'd like. Yeah, we'll have that. Of pizza. Markets. Guards. All the guards. I don't want to individually placate any of them later. Just wait, it's fine. Could prepare food, I guess, but it's too early. Alright. Have I built a taxman? If I didn't, that's an oversight. I'm just gonna build him here. It's not like we need the money, but prosperity is really important. The income is reflected in the prosperity as well, so kind of want to do that. Grand Temple is done. Is that the Mars? Yes, it is. It's gonna reduce the consumption. This is done. This is gonna boost the capacity. It's gonna just cut off its access. opportunities. Kinda sleeping on my toes. I think we could have been much faster if I just, yeah. But it's nowhere near. I think Blubber played it for like, I don't know, 8 hours again. This is customary for him. Just recently remembered I said, oh yeah, Marx builds the same sort of blocks over and over. Yes, because they are efficient. If I can get away with it, I will. But I'm still not spending 8 hours on a map. Unless it's a horrific map. And he plays Julius, which is much simpler. So, you know, that is that. I'm not gonna give them, yeah, let's give them second type of food. That's fine. Just gonna provide them with all the amenities locally. Oh yeah, we need goods. This is actually kinda low on pottery now. That sucks. Let's make a clay pit. 2. Alright. And then even like providing access through here would actually be fine. I think it's gonna be fine. Let's try it. I tried Rebels of Spain map, if possible for me to beat. It's just a Lion Tamer defense until the events run out. But it's not good. If you've seen my attempt at it, I mean, that's just completely bonkers. It's like overtuned in military in orders of magnitude. It's just bullshit. It's not a good map. I'm not allowed to say anything, but make walls maybe? Well, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. We don't need walls. What we need is walls of people. We have the Grand Temple to Mars. And yes, I don't trust you, even though it's your first map and you said it's not cruel, it's not mean. I never trust anyone ever again. Which is fine. That's what we should do. We have the Grand Temple to Mars, so might as well make use of that. Let's give them all the things they might require. Got that. Regular theater, they need that. I think they'll get their actors and stuff from the other place. What else is new? I'm just gonna stop putting huge statues here. It's fine, we need to get that desirability in here. They'll want pottery. Is this properly functioning? Not really. Could use another workshop. It's gonna help with the pottery a bit. Still, we need so much. And again, it's spawning here, so let's just cut it off. It's just anytime they get a chance to do something in their life, it's gonna be horrible. So it's not. So what do they want? Entertainment, not enough variety. We have an arena. We have a tavern. It's. Why is the tavern not functioning? Tavern has no wine and cannot open for business. Well, if the tavern would be so inclined to look for it, it would find the wine. So let's put some of these services here. New place for a tavern. Attempt number 2, go. It didn't have employees, I think it was kinda fucked up. Did you set it fetch? Oh yeah, it starts disabled, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a new thing. It's gonna take me a while to adjust things. You can beat it on the first attempt, Rebels of Spain. Just save, like, not even save scam, just use the line defense and do it properly rather than me. I got annoyed at it because it's just horrible as a concept and nobody should play it. But if you really want to, like if you are there and want to play it, you can totally beat it, just line defense it and live in the corner. It nothing bad is gonna happen to you. Just you can copy the exact design I did and it's fine. It's just really boring and misguided and horrible. But it's doable if you really want it. But it's not good. You shouldn't. There are so many good maps and you want to play that of all things? Why? Okay, we are over the population. We need favor, prosperity and peace. That's fine. There's some unemployment as well. Yeah, it looks kinda good, but it's like mediocre, nothing too crazy. But design-wise, like, why would you set up the event scale like that? It's insane, it's not good. It's just broken, you know? One thing is just annoying, but this is beyond it. This is just like absolutely bonkers. And when you read the comments from Heaven people, they agree. Which is not something that usually happens, because these people can be absolutely bonkers, but even they say, oh yeah, this map, just don't do it. Don't play it. Save yourself the hassle. Let's put everyone here. No chances. The Carthaginians. There was 79 AD. Carthaginians weren't really a thing. Oh yeah, your new map, Maria, I forgot to mention, you should set a starting date as well. Come up with a backstory and such, but that's like the last thing that really needs to be thought about. And don't worry about naming in the same way as some other cities. Like, there are 10 cities of Syracuse on Haven. Nobody has a patent on these names. Just, you know, it's a Roman colony. You can make a map of it and it doesn't have to look anything like it. It's fine, you can do that. And nobody should roast you for it. So, you know. Just I find the person who commented on your map was someone new. I never saw another comment from him on other maps. And the stuff he said, he is a little bit bonkers. I don't think he has it right in the head. So, you know. Either that or he speaks incredibly broken English and doesn't even know the meaning of basic words, but I think he knew pretty well what he wanted to say with that. And all I can say is fuck off, because that's not how life works. Anyone can make anything they want. Even if it's bad. Like, even if the map was bad, which it isn't, but if it was, it would be fine. Like, you can make it, and some people will enjoy it. Just the fact that he made a map that's the same city, like, historically wise, it doesn't mean anything. Like, there are situations of that all over the Haven, because there are only a certain amount of cities that are interesting, and a bunch of people made them already, you know. It's just... I find it ridiculous, just... Why would you even think like that? No, it's fine, don't be sad. It's a Muppet, like, their internet is full of just batshit insane people. Just don't mind it. GG's? Yeah. Good. You can take a look at the map. It's not very hard, but, you know, a first map by Maria, which is good. I think for a first one, it tried to do, like, the multiple choices where you start. It's definitely not hard. Like, I only exported pottery and I was fine with money ever. You don't need to use the natives, or these natives. Or there are other natives as well, I think. But the point is, it has the earthquake, which kind of limits it. It depends where it goes. But the important part is that is, like, locally you have access to absolutely everything you would ever want. And farmland is surplus to requirement. Plus the straight coastlines, they are like, my eyes burn when I look on it. but I understand why you did it. But it's not visually good. I don't usually like bitch about visuals much, but this is too much for me. It's like sandbox it too much, you know? Just make it a little bit crooked. It's gonna be better. But yeah, like food and resources are not an issue. It's just, you know, if you watched me stream it now, it was just like make a bunch of money, then pause the game and just keep building. Because I have so much money and resources, I just keep building and then unpausing the game for just a couple of minutes and then doing that all over again. So it's just a little bit on the easy side, but for a beginner, this map would actually be pretty good, I think. Apart from that first request for an army and then the attack, that was not nice. But resource and city building wise, this is a good map to learn like custom maps on, because you can just get away with a lot of very efficient things, and you know, it's not hard, but at the same time it gives you the insight into what sort of is possible in the realm of custom maps. And so that's a good sort of starting point for many people if they want to get into custom maps, I think. But don't expect like crushing difficulty. So can't playing the map? No, it's fine. I'm very glad that you decided to make some maps, and it was not bad. I enjoyed it. I returned to Caesar after a while, so it was a kind introduction back to it, since it wasn't that difficult, but not all the maps I play need to be horrendous, you know? So thanks for making it. It was good. It was fun. Yeah, you are becoming better just by making more and playing more and maybe watching more. It's also important. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. It only took an hour and 30 minutes, which isn't that long. Gonna stream more? Yeah, it was a very short stream. I just noticed the timer. It felt like it was longer because you were talking a lot, but it wasn't. We will play something more. We were neglecting the streams a bit recently, which I'm sorry for, because it was for a couple of reasons. I'm sure, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll play some Gothic. I'm just gonna have to Battle Forge. I could, but I think that's best saved for another day, you know? I'm not sure if today would be the day to do it. We could probably play some Gothic, yeah. Kate wants it, so we can do that. So, I think 20 minutes, something like that. I need to check on the cats, need to get myself something to drink, and then we can play some more. But anyways, it was fun, play some Caesar after a while, and so thanks for watching, and see you around, bye.